Hey, it's Jonathan here, founder of Driving Academy, and today's video we're going to be discussing 3 tips on how to make 2020 the best year ever. This is going to be the best year of your life and also the start of the best decade of your life if you just follow these simple 3 tips. These are the tips that I have used in my personal life and has completely increased my personal life year over year over year just because following these 3 tips. This is also the tips that our team members get personal training from me, and you can actually see them their lives getting better every single year that they're part of our team here. So I want to be sharing these 3 tips for you, and it seems like it's going to be simple, but sometimes the simplest things are the hardest to actually accomplish, because when it comes to simple things, it only works if you're consistent, right? So that's what goes into number 1. Number 1 is you have to commit, right? What do I mean by you have to commit? If you want next year, 2020, to be the best year ever, you have to commit now, today, that you have to be convinced that next year is going to be the best year ever. Everything starts up here. This is the most powerful thing in our body. I don't know if you've heard any of those crazy stories. The mind does not understand whether you're actually doing it or whether you're just imagining it. That's why if you talk to a lot of successful people, they envision their success that they had way before they even got there, because the mind has practiced over and over and over again. Same thing happens with boxers. If you ever see interviews on boxers, and when they start fighting in a big time match and they actually win, they are so confident that they're going to win because in their mind before that match, they actually say that they have fought that fight thousands of times and seen every kind of scenario that could have happened, and that's what actually helped them prepare for that match that one time. Because like I said, the brain does not understand whether it's really happening or whether it's something that you're envisioning. So if you commit today, and all you have to do to commit today is say, yes, 2020 is going to be the best year ever, and you have to believe it and say it as you believe it, and then you're committed. So that's the first step. Nothing happens unless you're committed. So I hope you don't skip step 1. Yeah, even though it seems like something silly and something simple, it's definitely true. Step number 2 is then you have to get some goals down, right? So a lot of people say, well, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I want to do with my life yet. I don't know. Think about it. We are human beings. We are the most powerful creatures on earth. We don't just have one purpose. There's multiple things that happen that we can do. We have been given many different gifts, and our purpose is to use those gifts to help us and help others succeed. Because the true secret to living, from what I heard about Tony Robbins, is giving. So that's one of his famous sayings. If you want to live well, you have to give well. The only way to give is give through your gifts. If you don't really know what your gifts are, maybe that should be the first thing you commit to. Hey, this is my gift. So in the past, I was thinking a purpose was something that came from the skies and just hit me like a lightning bolt, and all of a sudden I would know what my life's purpose was. And that's what I thought for years, and I was actually waiting around hoping that something would just hit me and say, what's my purpose? And I see a lot of my friends going through this phase now. And what I came to realize is there is nothing like that that's going to happen. If that does happen to people, that's extremely small amount of people that happens to. Usually what happens is we just choose a direction in life and we get going and we get better at it, and then boom, that becomes our purpose. We find out how to help other people through that gift. So one thing that became my purpose, I never thought that I would be running or owning a driving school. Right? I just thought that I knew I wanted to own my own company, and I wanted to be able to help people. So all of a sudden, I was working at a few things. I was working at restaurants. I owned a few restaurants. I was working for different driving schools, working at a lot of different odd end jobs. But then all of a sudden, hey, I found my purpose, which is here, and I love what I do every single day. And I surrounded myself with people just like me who love what they do and helping people out. And I hope I help them find their purpose. So my advice to you is when it comes to setting your goals, don't just think that goals are something that is going to come to you. Goals is something that you accomplish, right? And when you're setting your goals, my advice is set something so high that you actually are excited to change your life, right? A lot of people set goals that are a little bit too low and goals that are just in reach, which means that if you get it, it's really not going to change your life. So if you don't get it, no big deal. I'm saying envision something that can truly change your life. Set your goals so that you think that you're silly for even setting a goal that high. And then work for that goal and actually achieve that goal. Or even if you don't achieve it, you're going to be a lot higher than what you would if you just set a small little puny goal, right? Because what's the worst thing about small little puny goals? You actually achieve them. Because that means that you could have gone a whole lot higher. And that's something that I constantly push myself every single year to do. And I started this journey back in 2018. In 2018, I started writing down my goals every single day, twice a day, on January 1st. One of my goals were, I own an Aston Martin. I used to write that down every single day, twice a day, and when I was writing it down, I could not afford an Aston Martin. I wouldn't even envision it. That was just been my dream car forever. It's been a James Bond car, and I loved James Bond growing up, so that's why I wanted that. September of 2018, bam, that's when I got this beauty right over here. And it didn't cost me over $100,000. I got a sweet deal on this thing, and it was something that I could not even imagine that I was able to get. But because I made my goal very high, and it was something that I chased for, and I just kept doing and I committed, I set my goals and I wrote them down every single day, and then this actually started popping up, right? The third and final step of making 2020 the best year of your life is you have to take massive action, right? So 1, you committed, which is great. 2, you set your goals. But if all you do is commit, envision, and set your goals, and that's all in your mind, and you do nothing about it, nothing's going to change in your life. So that's why the third is one of the most important steps, which is massive action. Now when I say massive action, I'm not saying perfect action. Here at Driving Academy, I don't expect my people to be perfect. I believe, it's my true belief, that if we do something enough times, we get better and better at it. That's one of the reasons why we shoot so many videos. If you've seen some of the videos that we shot way back in the day, they were completely different and different quality than they are right now. That's just because the more you do something, you're going to get better and better, and we're willing to take massive, imperfect action to get something done. Because if you are able to try 5 things in the time it takes somebody to plan and try one thing, you are just going to be that much more successful if you take that out a whole year, right? So let's take this as an example. Say 2020, money is an issue for you, right? So you want to make more money, and you don't know how you can make more money, right? You don't want to go back to college, you don't want to spend a whole lot of time, you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, and you definitely want something that's not going to be crazy inside an office. You want something that's going to be outdoors and something that's going to be fun and adventurous. Then maybe a CDL license is what you're going to need. Because with the CDL license, you can make a whole lot of money. An average CDL licensed driver makes about $75,000 a year. We have companies that pay students $75,000 a year coming right out of school with no experience, right? And that's local work, which means you're home every single day, and that gets rid of all that nonsense of driving all across the country if you don't want to do that. That being said, to get a CDL license here at Driving Academy, if that is one of your goals, first, what's the first step? You're going to have to commit. First thing after you commit, okay, I want to get more money, which means, how do I get it? I need to get a license, so then I can increase my skills and people can actually pay me more. Second step is you're going to have to write that down as a goal. You're going to have to make sure, okay, that is my goal. I committed, 2020 is going to be the better year than any before. My goal is to get a CDL license so I can make more money. And then what do you have to do? You have to take massive action. Massive action first means you definitely want to give us a call. 908-525-3609, or fill out the form below if you're watching this at some crazy hour of the night. Click on the link. The link is cdldrivingacademy.com, and the form is going to pop up. Put in your information, and one of our team members will definitely be giving you a call shortly. That being said, we're here to help you any which way that we can. Once you take that first action step, and then you are going to be walked through exactly what is the next action steps that you're going to need to do, which is probably going to be come on in for a school tour so you can actually visit our location. We can explain in detail and customize something that fits your needs specifically. Right? So those are the 3 steps of how to make 2020 the best year ever and the start of a whole new decade, right? Understand this. Whatever you've done in the past, that's been in the past. People who live in the past, they never get better. I want you to understand that today is the present and this is the only time that there is, and look towards the future, and the future has been unwritten, which means that you have full control over what you are going to be in that future. Are you going to be somebody who's successful or somebody who's living in the past? I hope it's going to be the first option that I spoke about. That being said, I really hope you a magnificent 2020, and I hope our paths meet in person one day, and I hope our team here can help you get that CDL license that you are after. So like I said, give us a call, 908-525-3609, or visit the website below, cdldrivingacademy.com. Again, that's cdldrivingacademy.com. And I hope you have a fantastic and happy new year, and I hope to see you on your road to freedom fairly soon. Thanks. Have a great day.